It's my pleasure now to introduce our keynote speaker, Congressman Jo Bonner. Truthfully, Congressman Bonner needs no introduction, but I'll give it a few sentences because we've included in there his biography, but we've talked already about who he is and his value, not just to Alabama and his congressional district, but to the nation. This past November, the congressman was elected to yet his 5th term in the House of Representatives. He sits on the very important Appropriations Committee and also serves as the chairman of the House Ethics Committee. Economic development has been his hallmark for every moment he's served in office, working aggressively alongside state and local leaders to recruit significant economic projects to our state, projects that instill growth and creativity in our state's economy. It is now my pleasure to present our keynote speaker, a true friend to BCA, the Chamber, the Partnership, NAM, and everyone in this room, and a leader in Alabama, Congressman Jo Bonner.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. In just a minute, we're going to have an opportunity to hear who the winners are. And those who stood up first, I want to know the voting's already over. We don't know who they are, but we'll find out in just a minute. And Billy asked me through Nancy Houston, who works with BCA and used to work with me in Washington in our congressional office, if I would be able to be with you here in Montgomery today. It was an easy answer because I want to echo what Will and what others have said in terms of really extending heartfelt thanks to all of the men and women, the manufacturers who helped make Alabama what she is today. I want to take a quick poll. How many of you are working with companies, if you're a part of the manufacturing community, who have been in Alabama for longer than 25 years? How many of you then are working for companies who have been here for 25 years or less? It's interesting. BCA as an organization has been around for a little over 25 years when it was born back in 1985. And you can really track a lot of the progress that we've made as a state since the time that the Business Council of Alabama came into existence and began to provide unparalleled leadership, not only here in Montgomery, but around the state and certainly with our congressional delegation in Washington, D.C. And we've been blessed. We've been blessed with strong leaders in the governor's office and strong leaders in the legislature, people like Ed, who does a great job, a phenomenal job in training the future of Alabama's workforce. People like Neil Wade, who headed up the Alabama Development Office, and now Speaker Seth Hammett, who is following in his footsteps. So many people who've made an investment in building a better Alabama. So it was an easy answer to come join the manufacturing community for this celebration of your success. But when the invitation came, I can honestly say that that was a couple months ago, and we were talking about so many different things. Budgets, debt, deficit in Washington, the economy, the recession, all of the things that as manufacturers you're concerned about and impact your ability to be successful. And yet just think about what's happened in the last few days or the last couple weeks. Will, I was so grateful that you started out by challenging each of us to do a little more, to be a little better. Because at the end of the day, that's what will make every company in Alabama the manufacturer of the year. It's investing in the Little League games. It's investing in the United Way campaign or the Salvation Army or the local blood drive. It's encouraging your employees and all of the people in your community to open their eyes and to look and see where the need is. Down along the Gulf Coast, we have dealt with our own tsunami, if you will, when last April, April 20th, the worst environmental disaster in American history played out in our backyard. And it is our backyard. It doesn't belong to Mobile and Baldwin County. It belongs to all of us. And I want you to know on behalf of the people from Mobile and Baldwin counties how grateful we were and are for your strong support in helping coastal Alabama get back up off its feet, just as you have before when we had hurricanes and acts of Mother Nature. Today, we have to do more to help our friends from Montgomery North. And if you see the devastation, if you have heard of the devastation and read of the devastation, as we all have, you know there is so much need and there's so much opportunity. We could talk about not only the deadly tornadoes that have cost our state billions of dollars and over 234 lives and still counting, or we could talk about the bravery of just a few days ago. A team of less than 24 young men who went about a mission that was all but guaranteed to produce at least one death, and perhaps their own. And the success of that mission, the bravery of those young SEALs and those members of the Special Ops team that worked in conjunction with the CIA and others, and how that one act of bravery and courage and discipline, it didn't end the war on terror that we've been fighting for the past decade, but it certainly lifted a dark cloud that's been not only on America, but on the world for far longer than that. We could talk about so many things that are facing us as a state or as a nation. $4 a gallon gas is not good for anyone who's here today. It's not good for our economy. It's not good for manufacturing. It's not good for the tourism industry down in Gulf Shores and Orange Beach and Dauphin Island. But what I'd like to do in the remaining moments that I have with you is not to dwell on all of the things we could talk about, but I'd like to visit with you for a brief moment over what has happened to our state over about the same period that BCA has been in existence. A couple years ago, I had an opportunity to join Governor Riley at this very hotel in announcing the largest industrial investment in Alabama history and one of the largest in U.S. history. When ThyssenKrupp, a German company, announced that they had chosen Alabama over several other sites that they were looking at around the nation. I couldn't help but imagine how much Alabama's changed from those days right here in Montgomery when a seamstress had to sit on the back of the bus because she was not welcome to sit in the seat of her choice. This is the Alabama that we have today that's helped lead the nation in so many important conversations that needed to happen and that was waiting for a leader to provide. I believe with all of my heart that the Alabama that helped bring Mercedes-Benz, that helped bring Honda, that helped bring Hyundai and Toyota, the Alabama that took the ideas of Dr. Von Braun and now is building an aerospace center that's second to none in the world. The Alabama that can lead on IT and biotech, that has led and will continue to lead on healthcare and innovation and education, is the Alabama that people are looking to and want to be a part of. And I believe that's why you are all here. Because while more hands went up of companies that have been here for longer than 25 years, a large number of hands went up from companies that have been here over the last 25 years who made a decision, like ThyssenKrupp, like Austal, like Hyundai, like so many other foreign investments, over $18 billion that's been invested in our state that we love. And so here we are today to honor you, but also to say we need your continued help. Not just in terms of investment. That's what gets the big headlines. That's what BCA and others have helped lead governors and legislators in creating an environment where Alabama could be the place of choice. But we need your help today to make sure that the people of our state, our neighbors, our brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles in parts of the state that many of us have never visited, but we've heard about, who are hurting so desperately, that they know that we're there for them in their time of need. We have so much for which to be thankful for here in Alabama. So much to give thanks to the good Lord for here in Alabama. So many blessings here in Alabama. And we have to realize that when we are blessed, as we have been, that we have a responsibility to turn around and share those blessings with other people. Billy, thank you for letting me be with you, and I think we've got some awards to present.